So, last step is to, well, no, this isn't the last step. Maybe the second to last. Who knows? There are probably a bunch more. But I'm going to put this platform on, and then I'm going to attach the parachutes, which are over here. So, if I hadn't already gunked this up, I could sight right down here and see a little dot in the middle and match that up with the dot here. But since I can't, I'm just going to kind of look down this thing, and the camera gives a funny view, but I just want to line up this edge with this edge. And I will look inside. You know, I thought about making a mark like this, but I don't know that that was really helping. So this is just going to be a rough guess. Problem is, this is going to set pretty fast. I'm not going to have much time once the hot glue starts to hit that cardboard and harden. Remember, these points right here, they're pretty thick parts of the bottle. If I get glue on the thin parts, it will shrivel up, but it shouldn't be too bad here. All right, I'm moving it over. I know you can't see it very well, but I can, because I don't have very long to make sure this is like I like it. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Shouldn't be long before this is solidified. And you can look at it. If it looks like it's really clearly off to one side or the other, you might be able to adjust it. You could always, worst case, rip it off and put it back on. If you look down the end of it, you shouldn't be able to see the body of the rocket for sure. And if you look at this other side, you should see equal amounts sticking out in every direction. If you want to, I guess you could put a little bit of extra here. You know, it might be better if you have a low temperature glue gun. I'm just kind of making little flying buttresses. They're not flying buttresses, but forget. There's a name for these little connections I'm making in there to stabilize this. All right, so going to consider that good. Got the platform. Now the parachute. So I've already done a bit of the parachute work. Showed my class how to do this. Maybe I should make a video at some point. You can watch my simple way to make a parachute. I've got a big parachute. I think the radius of this parachute is about 50 centimeters. Let's see, there's 30. That's another 14. So about 65 centimeters. And then I've got a little parachute, the radius of which, oh no, to 15 centimeters. And both of them have 8 shroud lines. In both cases, the shroud lines are all tied in a knot at the end. And in the case of the little parachute, I took that knotted area and I taped it on, duct taped it, right in the middle of the top of the main parachute. Now, a lot of people would say you should have a hole in your parachute. If you want to cut some holes around here, you can. Near the center, I forget what they call those, spill holes, I think, to keep the parachute from rocking as it falls. But this is super important to make sure that the big one deploys. Okay, now to attach it, what I do is cut a little notch on one of these. You know what? Look at the grain of this cardboard. It's running this way. So I guess that's fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just cutting in a little bit there. And I'm just going to slip this knot underneath that crack right there. So that's how I'm going to attach my parachute. And I'll add some, get it close in. You know, the closer in it is to the middle, the less this will wiggle. Glue this together a little bit. I'm going to overdo it. If it looks like I need more later, I can add more, but I may want to take this off. All right, so the parachutes are attached. The last thing to attach is the nose cone. Right now I could pack this up. I guess I'll show you how to do the nose cone right now. So this It's just a regular old cap. I think I put a couple of maybe 3/4 inch nuts on there. There's some steel nuts. You can get a rock. Just need some extra weight here, maybe around 50 grams. I don't know exactly how much. It doesn't really, you don't have to be precise. It's going to work pretty well as long as it's somewhere like 30 to 60 grams probably. Need some string. I might want to use tougher string because in the past I've had these come off. First thing I'm going to do is make a loop. So the way I make a loop is I just double over the end of this, and I'll double over a little more than I need, and then I just pretend I've got one string and I just tie a knot in it. So I'm just tying a knot with the looped end there. And if you're somebody who doesn't like messy little things, you can trim this off, but don't go too close. Leave maybe a 1/2 inch sticking out. Right, so that I'm going to run out of here, and oh, you know what? Okay, pay attention. This is tricky. I'm going to stick the string through the loop to make an even bigger loop. And I'll put that even bigger loop around here. Should be able to kind of pull this taut. It's okay if I can't exactly. All right. So now, got the nose cone attached there. I don't know exactly how much string you might want to attach the nose cone, but I'm going to do it basically the same way. I don't have a really big knot here, so I'm thinking what I might do is make some kind of a stop. I'm just going to use a wadded up piece of cardboard. Going to make another loop in the other end, like so. Off the extra. I keep talking about people who are neat freaks and have the need to trim, but maybe it's me. You'd never know as a neat freak. Okay, so again, I'm sticking the loop through the string through its own loop to make an even bigger loop. Now I'm going to put that around this wadded up piece of cardboard. Knot is being troublesome. And maybe I'll put a dab of hot glue here just to hold things. All right, so that just gives me something big that's not going to pull through this cardboard. I'm going to put this on the opposite side from the parachute. So this goes that. Again, do a little bit of hot gluing. No sense in doing too much. All right, I think it's ready to shoot. So here's how I pack my parachute. First, try to, oh, you can't see all this, can you?